Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Life Lesson card of Balance. And when I was thinking about this card today, it's about having, for me, it was having that equal balance between work and life. And sometimes you just need to say, I'm not working today, right? I have that option, with the job that I do have to work when I want. And today was one of those days where you just say, you know what, I need to have a little bit of a home life balance. So, with this card, there could be a balance between, work and home life. It could be between, balance between your emotions, with what's going on with you in your relationship. It could be a balance between, your finances, right? There could be a balance with just nature and humanity, okay? And what this card represents is when you are well balanced, when you're grounded, when you are one with nature, when you're one with yourself, your higher self, and you're able to just collect your thoughts and work on some inner things within yourself, it creates inner strength, okay, and tranquility. And when you can just have that down day, we just had rest here 4 days ago, but this is a different type of rest. This is like finding that emotional balance, of not getting too high, not getting too low, right? Of, that communication balance of, equal give and take, in the conversation back and forth. All right. And it's as you grow in your spiritual path and become more grounded and you become more aware of, how spirit is moving you, how the universe is moving you, you kind of get that tranquility, right? You get that inner strength that, with what's going on. All right. And that just leads to another level in your higher self. Okay. The key to all this is just being patient. Patience with all the life lessons cards is really a key to moving forward on your spiritual path. And, when you can take a moment in your journey to rest, and you had a nice nap here 4 days ago, the green woman came along, woke you up, and then the adder is kind of like, okay, where do you want to take charge? You could take charge on the right-hand side of the street and be, we were talking about aggressive and passive, and just, go, 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 go. But when you're going, okay, you lose sight of what's important on the other side of, what may be coming at you. Okay, and you need to find that balance of saying, you know what? Today I'm not going to go, 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 go. Today I'm going to sit back and I'm going to listen to the birds chirp, and I'm going to watch the cars go up and down the street. I'm going to talk to the neighbors, and I'm just going to be who I am. And you can do this at work too, right? There could be a day where it's just, you know what? I am just going to take my time doing my job. I'm not going to take on that extra project. I'm not going to take on that extra manufacturing position. Maybe you're sitting on a line or something like that. You just do your job. Nothing extra, nothing more. Just get through the day so I can go home, enjoy the weather, and be patient. And, when you can take that moment to disengage from all the social media, disengage from, the stresses of your work, the stresses of your environment, and be still, the universe speaks to you. Spirit speaks to you. And when it does, most people have a tendency to trust and listen. And, there could be some other universal factors out there that, just keep you away from, maybe danger, right? But when you can be still and just listen to what's going on, you gain that trust, you gain that confidence in your own strengths, right? It helps you find that inner balance as well as that outer balance, that you already have. And when people see that inner balance, they see that light turning on within you, okay? There's something different about that person. They look at that and they say, what makes so-and-so so different in their job? It's because you've actually taken time to step back and look at it from a different perspective, and you balance yourself out. You know, it goes back to, you know, rule number 2, control what you can control, right? Take care of your number 1 first, but control what if you can't control it, just let it go. Okay, look at that inner balance and just say, you know what? I'm not holding on to this stuff. You know, I need to let things go so I can receive things in. That's a balance in itself, right? And it's necessary, you know, for ourselves to, you know, get rid of the self-doubts, to get rid of the fears, okay? And look at the positive of what's going on. Okay, so you didn't get that job. All right, so that relationship's not for you. Well, guess what? There's other jobs out there. There's other relationships out there. All right? So you don't need to worry about that self-imposed fear, you know, or the self-doubts that are holding you back. Okay, when you can sit back and rationally think about it and just, you know what? Not even rationally think about it. Don't even think about it. It doesn't make sense. When you can just sit back and be still and let the universe speak to you, they tell you the answers. And that helps you grow spiritually. That helps you move forward. That helps you see the people that you know, that are supposed to be in your life. That helps you see where you're going on your path. You know, it doesn't open up tomorrow, doesn't open up the next week, but you feel it, you sense it. I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm going someplace. And that's the higher self talking to you, opening you up. And once that stage is opened up and balance is achieved, you gain that new level of higher self. It's like, ding, you've reached level 57. And you just grow from that. You grow from the knowledge. You grow from the wisdom. You understand the difference between the light and the dark. You understand the difference between home and work. You understand the difference between, you know, this relationship and that relationship. But if you're not grounded, if you're not balanced, okay, everything's going to be chaotic. Find that peace. Find that joy, which is still down here. Listen to that stillness. Even if it's just listening to the rain outside. There's messages in that as well. So that's today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Balance. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. And this is D for a Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.